But no, this is generally what she looks like when she's not been used for a while. Very deflated pontoons. There is a lock on the front here. That green cover that's on the floor was on the boat. We'll record that later and show you what that looks like. But that generally sits over and protects it from the elements. There's a lock on the front there you need the key for. Notice the handbrake is always left off, purely and simply because if you leave it on after it's been in the sea, it seizes on and it's a real pain to try and move it. Elevated at the front, so that helps water drain out the two tubes at the back. Clearly bolted on at the front in two places, so you've got the ratchet to pull the boat back on, but then you've got this retraining strap that keeps the front down and locked in place. There is a hitch lock on the wheel as well, that the keys with the full set of keys. And here's young Lance pumping away. There's the other connector there. I'll just hold it in while Lance pumps up. Push it straight in and pump away hard on the foot, and you'll see her going up. But it's quite a lot of pumping. And you do the back two, then there's middle section one, and there's one at the very front as well. So that's the back two done. You can see there's a considerable difference in how they were. We just got the two front ones to do. There's a section down here. I'll take you around the back because you'll see here at the moment the engine is down in this down position, and that's really important when you bring the boat back, that it sits in this down position. Historically we had a problem where we left it up once, and you can see that bag on the bottom, that's the prop guard bag that you have to have on when you're towing. That has to be in place because because it stretches out beyond the back of the vehicle, so it's a clear signal to people that there's something there that's beyond the vehicle. We left it up, water had got into it and it had froze over the winter, and well, it cracked the housing on the end of the prop, which was a pain. So you leave it down, but clearly you would never tow it like that because it'd destroy itself. So, and running. Holding painter. Right, let's go play. What? Yeah, clear. Trailer works just fine, as you can see. Lance works just fine, as you can see. The boat's in as well. Yeah, let's get the boat a bit near.
Feels like a sports car now, there's not much weight in it.
What, say again?
Feels like a sports car.
Well, it does, yeah, but it does help when there's only two, well, other than our weight, yeah, no divers, but still, it looks cold, it is cold. Lovely jubbly. Swimming like. Right, 3.4 metres here, not bad at all. A little bit nearer, and once you get to sort of a metre on, and then we can start bring the engine up. She's all right at the moment. Yeah, that's the up button. Yeah. Way up. Lights are on the back of the car. CJ's going to be sorting us out. Right, I'm going to check out because I've got to jump in and sort this out while Lance plays. So there we go. Push the button, and up comes the engine. She'll go up quite a lot. She'll go up quite a lot. She'll go up quite a lot. Yeah. That's it. Beautiful. That. Perfect. I shall jump in and get us sorted. Boat's been winched on at the front, so all it's holding on at the front at the moment. CJ's going to apply a strap that goes through there over the top and gives us an extra piece of security. That's going on the top. Lance and I will put the rear ratchet straps on, so that stops it sliding backwards or going forwards rather too far. The engine's in its up position at the moment, which is how we'll do it when we transport it. Elephant's trunks are down. The all-important bottom bung is in, so if we undo the bottom bung, we shouldn't have too much water in the hole today because we've not really gone far, and we've not been nothing basically. So we'll put her back in. Always a good one to check when you launch. So we'll put the other straps back on, and then we'll lift the elephant's trunks up in a minute. Done. Aerial needs to go down for driving. One there goes underneath, and another one the other side that bolts it to the rear end. Now what we've got to do is lift the engine up, put these tabs down on the back, and then you have to push the button either on here or on the throttle console up there to lower it down. So when it's transported, it isn't transported with the rams up. So you'll hear it make a lot of noise, and the little small trim rams will go down first. They would do if I turned the power on, which I turned off at the side, because the thing was driving. So it instantly goes down. Second ram goes in. As soon as that one goes in, the big ram will pull it down. That's it. So she's solidly down now. And so that's her for transport, so she's not going to bounce around. And now we need to put the bag back on the end there. We need to put the trailer board back on and tie it all the way along. And make sure everything's stowed inside, which it is. So all those two boys are locked and loaded. We need to remove the keys from it all. Lance's gloves at the back here. We've put a new fuel filter in there, a new rear tank, and we've filled her up. Really important thing worth noting, that at the moment we're running on the inboard tank, which is underneath the seat, and if you see this little lever here, there's a little nodule on it and it's pointing in that direction, and that is showing that it's feeding from the rear or the underseat tank. This other tank here is an auxiliary emergency spare tank, so if you need to use that tank, you would have to turn this dial all the way round to point in the direction of that tank, and then squeeze the bladder to fire fuel through. But we'll put it back so it's in there. Now that little metal container the other side of it is the oil reservoir, and it's got a little couple of clips on it underneath, so there's that, you fill that full of oil and keep that full of oil, and that there's a lift pump that takes oil into a further reservoir in the top of the engine, because it's a direct oil injection system, and it is so we don't mix fuel and oil. That's a good idea. Yeah, saves it flapping around, yeah. Good idea. And then trailer board on. Put that through there just so it stops it going rogue. And Lance's gloves on the back end. Everything else is off, so we're on at the front. We've seen that we're on at the back. We haven't taken it off the hitch anyway. The jockey wheel's up and locked. Handbrake's off. Breakaway cable's engaged. Plugs back in. The one thing we need to do is just check, make sure the lights are working. So we'll have a quick light check. And the foot brake. Foot brake fine. Yeah. Left and right. Oh yes you are. Yeah, that's it. And the next one. That's it. Everything's honky dory. So we're ready to rock and we're ready to roll.